Everything's looking good here. Let's see. All those systems seem to be working. All right. Everything's functioning and we are online. Hello, spooks and spookettes, and welcome to another episode of the Sleep Tight Spook Hour. Let me just make one small adjust. Is that, what is that? Why does that seem off kilter? Oh, I know why. All right, it doesn't matter. Moving on. How's everybody doing tonight? Where's our audience participation? Can I get a hello from the chat? Are Duchess and Daisy here yet? We'll wait a couple minutes. Just give everybody a minute or two to filter in. And give me a minute to figure out what is going on with my background. I think it's set to the wrong thing. That's what it is. Spook hour. There we go. There we go. Yay! The audience participation has arrived. How are we doing tonight? Oh, we have spooks. I have such spooks to show you. Oh my, yes. And we've got so many that we're going to dive right into it with our first. We're going to call this our warm-up spook. This one's going to come from from Sir Spooks and one of his recent videos. Let's see here. And warm-up spook is a pun, because this happened to this fella while he was working out, and he happened to catch it on his nanny cam.
Hello?
And then he just bails.
On screen.
Which is exactly what I probably would have done. So there's a few different parts to this one, right? It looks like his door in the close. It looks like his door wasn't partially open. It fully opened and closed by itself. Because if we look here, it doesn't appear that the door is even partially open. That appears to be its closed state. Let's see what it looks like after it closes. Yeah, that does appear to be its closed state, which means that door fully opened and closed. And the wind doesn't turn knobs, last I checked. Oh, and there's another piece to this actually, I think. Look at the magazine on the table. That was a small cut, it appears. And now we've got the pumpkin, which just slides itself right off the table. And then lastly, and I think this is compelling. If this is fake, he sacrifices a nice tchotchke. And then he bails. So, what makes this video interesting is the multiple events, right? You've got things happening, a few things at a time. And if he is presumably by himself, it's impossible for him to be operating all of these at once. The door opens and closes by itself, which I guess somebody outside could do. That's easy enough. But I don't see a hand attached to that door when it opens, right? They must be hiding off frame, if that's a person. And then, as he goes to check the door, there's the magazine, which would require another person off screen pulling it with a string. Then there's the pumpkin, and the interesting thing about the pumpkin is, like, look at the space that he's in. There's no room to conceal a person to pull that pumpkin off screen. So if that pumpkin's being pulled by a string, then I don't see anywhere for someone to pull it. You see what I'm saying? Maybe from the stairs? Maybe, but it doesn't seem to be pulled in the direction of the stairs. It seems to be pulled in the direction of the television. And then the tchotchke takes a dive. So yeah, interesting spook. A warm-up spook, we'll call it. Because I think the pumpkin is the most compelling thing, most interestingly, because it would be the hardest to rig, in my opinion. So this guy's having a rough afternoon. Then we're going to jump around a little bit to another warm-up spook. Let's watch what happens.
It may be easy to watch
That's
this
okay.
video and judge whether or not
You got the gist of the last one, and so let's have a look at this one. What makes me interested in this one is the very last moment of it, which makes it a good warm-up spook. Watch the movement at the very end after it hits the floor. See that little movement at the end? That's what interests me. Because even if the guy's off screen pulling it with a string right now, and presumably Sir Spooks has zoomed in because he's not doing anything apparent like that, so he's not relevant, that last little movement at the end is so compelling to me. Not as anything creepy, just as something unexplainable. Maybe there's a motor inside of it, but then I guess it's just programmed to do a small set of movements and stop. It's not like one of those wigglers that you get for your cats, right? That continuously whirs and moves. Yeah, it jerks back. The initial fall isn't interesting to me because it can be rigged easily. But here's the interesting part. Why does it go in the other direction then? That's what makes the whole thing interesting. If it were rigged, it's obviously rigged to go... Maybe it's rigged under the table? Because it's interesting to me that it also falls downward with quite a bit of force. It's not being pulled laterally, it's being pulled down almost. Well, it's hard to say because they're not really on screen right now. Let's see if we fast forward here. We'll see the dogs react to it, perhaps. Yeah, you see the same thing I do. It pulls down over the edge. But it looks like there's some kind of cabinetry holding dishes on the other side of this table. So again, there's not a lot of room in this frame for someone else to do it. Maybe there's a mechanism that could do the pulling, but he frames this with the dogs out of the frame again, so it's hard to say how they react, unfortunately. That might be true too, yeah. Not a bad warm-up spook, which I classify as like, if fake, then well done, right? Let's move on to... Oh, yes, actually. Let's move on to another moment in the same video. Continuing my Fuck Clothes series, we're going to move on to another closet video. As I maintain fuck clothes, okay? So the setup here is that this woman says that she has been seeing this phenomenon and is trying to capture it on video. So that's why we're recording, presumably. So here we go. Let me make sure I take this off at half speed. All right. Fuck clothes. Fuck them. Like, it's the same as all these other closet videos, right? If there's somebody in there, they're doing a damn good job of dodging and hiding and weaving. Fuck closets, just fuck closets in general. Take the door off. Yes, I'm taking all the fucking closet doors off the next place I live. Fuck them. Yeah, like those are well-defined fingers. But yeah, they might move with the door. But here's the thing that gets me. Think about how much space is in between the door and that cabinet, A. And the boxes on the floor here, B. There's so little space to maneuver in there. And then you look at the speed that she moves the doors around. So he's presumably standing in front of those boxes now. And now he's maneuvered himself without noise across those boxes and into the front of that dresser. If we're talking about a small child. Right? That's how fast that child would have had to have maneuvered, and without sound, mind you. I don't think so. Hold on. We'll go back. I don't think there was a cut. I think this is uncut. It might look like that as she travels across the door because it's really close up. All right, so she gets up, straight for the door, pushes the door. Nothing. If there's someone there in front of those boxes, crosses across the poster, pulls the door. Nothing. Where? Right as she gets up, there's a jump. She's got the camera propped on something right now. That's her picking the camera up. She's got the camera propped up on the end of her bedspread or on her footboard. And she lifts the camera up. I mean, maybe. That's a good place to hide a cut if you're going to hide one. You're not wrong. But I don't see it. Usually there's, some kind of stutter in the movement. Like, how can I describe it? Like, the audio doesn't pop or anything. If it's a cut, it's a really, really good cut. But yeah, I thought, this is just the continuation of my fuck clothes series. Fuck clothes and fuck all the things that hold clothes.
It is genuinely miraculous how Steph was able to stay relaxed.
Well, I hate that. Yes. Yes, I do too. I hate it all. Nothing in the closet is moving either. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing in the... they would have to move across all of that stuff noiselessly to stay behind the door. They would have to do it without ruffling plastic, without stepping on a box, without moving a hanger. Like, maybe you've trained a 3-year-old. That's about how small I think you'd need to be, right? To fit and squeeze without making noise. You'd have to be almost underneath the freaking clothes.
If this video...
Yeah, so fuck clothes and the things that house them. Yeah, that's a tiny hand. That's the other thing that I was thinking. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Fuck all that. Okay. So we're building up now. We got to keep this train moving. We're moving on to some interesting activity in a South American school. Oh, hold on. We're still set at half speed. Doi. Just a kid's hand, yeah. Like, and imagine you have no kids in the house. You don't have children. Like, there's zero reason for a child's hand to be showing up anywhere. Like, imagine that. I don't know if that's the setup. I didn't get that much setup. All I got was that she's seen this activity happening and tried to film it. So just a short little spook, just a transitional spook there. Kids are hanging out. The lights get cut, which isn't really the interesting part. Imagine if it's not a haunting. Oh God. Oh God. I want neighborhood kids hanging around in my floorboards and shit. Fuck all that. That's like, I think there was a horror movie with a plot like that, with a boy living in the walls. I think there's a few of them like that, actually. But yeah, the lights going out isn't the interesting part of this video. I don't know why they were filming. We don't get that. All we get is their reaction to this chair, which I think is great. There's only one exit, so they just all try to squeeze themselves through it as quick as possible. It's pretty good. It's quite enjoyable. Some videos are just good for their reactions, and this is one of them. Yeah, good stuff. I don't know why that chair moved. It could have been one of the boys pulling a prank. It could genuinely be a spook. Yeah, it's probably just kids screwing around, but the reaction is still funny. Okay, and now, so everybody watching knows that I complain about my job a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys something that made me realize tonight there are worse jobs.
My Poulter diaries here lately. So I'm pretty sure there's something standing in the doorway to the break room. Am I crazy, or is that somebody standing there? I don't... Y'all see that?
Unfortunately, the video ends just after Brandy screams in complete and utter terror.
Yeah, there are worse jobs. Last I checked, where I worked ain't haunted. They're just, it's the same thing that gets me about shadow people, right? This shouldn't be possible. You shouldn't be this poorly lit. I don't know how. Like, you'd have to smother yourself in Vanta Black. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, how is there no detail on what's standing in that doorway? There's no detail in the clothing. There's no detail in the wrinkles of the clothing. There's no detail in the ear or the hair. There's zero detail, but everything else is so well lit. I can't ever that's what gets me about the shadow people. It's this lighting. He even cast a shadow. Let me see.
Y'all see that?
Let me see when he moves. No, he doesn't cast a shadow on the floor. That's not his shadow on the floor. Watch. I don't think so.
I don't...
When he moves, that shadow on the floor does not move. Nope, that shadow does not move on the floor. That's not his shadow. What the fuck? Yeah, there's a light source in the doorway, and he's got no shadow.
There. I don't... Y'all see that?
Oof.
Unfortunately,
Oh yeah, he should be casting a shadow on the opposite wall too. That's a good point. Yeah, this is just... Yeah, that's the thing. These entities just defy lighting physics in every way. And yes, it is not okay. So yeah, there are worse places to work. If you think your job is rough, it could be worse, remember. Oh my god, that is a no bueno. That's a big no bueno. Alright, moving right along. Next, we're going to have a look at a picture. It was taken... I just have to give you a quick vocal setup. It was taken inside of a moving vehicle. This was not taken in stillness in a parking lot or anything like that. Look at this. Look at that shit. Like, presuming that this was taken in a moving vehicle as the setup was given, that's pretty damn good. That's like original Ghostbusters style Ghost. You know what I'm talking about? Where like they have all their detail, but the eyes. Yeah. That is, yeah. Again, no bueno. Not good. No, that person on the left, that's outside the window. Look at the framing. She's in the passenger side of a car. She's in the passenger side of a moving vehicle. That is outside the passenger window of a car on the road traveling at speed. And that's, like, there's pareidolia, and a lot of stuff, I think, gets put into spook videos that might fall under that category. and I feel like this is just a mite bit beyond pareidolia, which, for the uninformed, is the human mind's a tendency to see faces in things, which is a survival trait because you need to see a predator's face in bushes and stuff. So it was something that we came up with, and so a lot of, oh my gosh, it's a spooky face, might be credited to just your mind getting inventive. But yeah, no, that's why I had to explain the setup, because this isn't a video, it's a picture. The setup is that they're in a vehicle traveling at speed. You can see the seatbelt on her, actually. You see that? You can see the seatbelt from the right side, the passenger side of the vehicle. She's got herself seatbelted in. She's got what appears to be a pack of Capri Sun. Maybe they're on their way back from the grocery store or something. And then you can see the side panel of the car here between the front and rear door. So this is definitely inside of a vehicle. The only thing that we have to presume to make it spooky is that this vehicle is traveling at speed. But yeah, it is pretty dark, so it's hard to tell. All right, so I don't do too many pictures, but I thought that one was interesting. We're going to move on to another one that I think is interesting. It's very interesting. All right, so this fella has a convenience store, and he set up some cameras. At first, just cameras that took pictures when there was motion, right? Just for nighttime security. Well, I'll just go ahead and let you guys. Yeah, right? As your ring goes off, don't check your ring. Yeah, imagine checking your ring and seeing something like what we're about to see.
That notification, he received a still image, and he was very scared, to say the least.
Ooh, I saw this earlier tonight, and it still gives me chills.
A sinister hand is peeking out behind items placed right next to the cash register. It gave Mario nightmares that night. But there was another detail.
Yeah, nope. So why is this so compelling, right? This is another still image, and there's, there's two more parts to this story, kids. But this is another still image, but why is this so compelling? It fits the horror tropes so well. Look at, like, the hairline and the way that the light glistens off her forehead, and like, if this is fake, they did a damn good makeup job with the black around the eyes and sclera lenses to throw that much light off of them. Woo! Oh, I'm glad you brought up piñatas.
Which might have been connected to this incident. Right above the head, there were several piñatas, one of which was found on the floor the following day. It was a piñata with black hair that had only recently been added to the store, and Mario's close circle recommended him to look into this piñata, and
So he takes his piñata, he does some rituals, he has a priest come in and take a look at it, right? And then that brings us to... Alright, I'll include the piñata part. I didn't have it time notated, but I'll mention it a little bit. So basically, he sets this. He says that this piñata's been put on the... He found the piñata on the floor of the bathroom after he stood it up in the corner. And he has this little setup here where he sets it back up in the bathroom in the corner. And he goes to close the door. Right? And then he kind of goes around the store, talks a bit more about how he found the piñata. So he's going to set it back up, kind of go around the store and see if he can get it, come back and find it on the floor again, right? He's talking about how he's going to put more cameras in and whatnot. The subtitles there are automatically generated, so they're going to be speaking nonsense half the time. So he comes back and checks on it once.
and after
Nothing.
checking after a few moments, nothing seemed to have changed. Thank God.
And
right?
then there seems to be a fade cut
He gets in a couple
here.
of my moments.
I
We're
think
talking
that
about
was
the security
probably
cameras
done
that will be
by
installed in the future.
Frostmare, just to, you know, edit things for brevity. And then here we see he comes back and it's on the floor, and he's
The
kind of
doll
freaked
is
out for a
found lying
minute.
on the floor.
He opens a door, and he's so freaked out, he has to turn around
The
for a
doll is
second
found lying
and
on
collect
the floor
himself.
once more.
So his reaction's
A
pretty
minute
good.
After he took a little
So this isn't the interesting part of the bathroom section. There is an interesting part to that, though. He sets a camera up inside the bathroom, and he lights a candle.
This was still pretty unusual in his mind, so he leaves his camera in the washroom with the lights off, and he lights a candle, just to show to his friends.
Yeah,
that there
like
actually is no
Central
foul
America,
play
man, they got
And this
just
is
creepy
what
stuff
happens
going on
next.
in general, apparently. So this guy thinks maybe the feet of the piñata aren't so good. Maybe that's why it falls down. And that seems like, non-suspicious, potentially non-suspicious movement. And then there's a little extra movement. And
In the following days,
out go the lights.
Mario uploaded several images that show black strands of hair that were found in the store in all kinds of different places.
So all of
And
these
quite
videos and
frankly,
images are
this was
coming from
freaking
one
him out
user
even
so
more.
far, right?
These strands have been left there overnight without triggering any of the motion cameras. After being really concerned about these findings, Mario starts using
And
his
now
snapshot
we're
cameras
reaching
that were finally
the
installed in his
crescendo.
store. And after reviewing the following footage, he was chilled to the bone. Take a very close look now.
So I'm gonna fast forward this by a little bit because I'll mention two things. The camera keeps doing this weird stuff. I don't know whether it's cars coming by or something to do with its refresh rate, but it does this continually, where it'll get brighter and darker and brighter and darker. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. And then apparently some of the noise coming up is not added, because I know this guy usually adds noise. Yeah, apparently those noises were not added by him. Those breathing kind of noises.
A
Yeah.
terrifying demon appears behind some of the store inventory, slowly looking at the camera and making really creepy
Fuck
noises.
no. Time to burn down the, yeah, exactly. Time to burn down the store. Whoo! And then the lights flash
If
and
that
it's
doesn't give you
gone.
nightmares, what
So
else?
now he has to go. He gets the notification, right? Well, fuck. He's got to go and check on it. He can't not check on it. So he has to. He goes and he goes and checks on it. The brave son of a bitch is actually going to go and check on it.
Una veladora por cuestiones de seguridad. Y pues todo normal.
He bails so hard the yeah. He's not even concerned about catching anything with the camera. His fingers are covering the camera. It happens fast, yeah. Alright, we'll go back. Because otherwise we'll have to hear Frostmare talk over it. He's cool, but... That... Oh god, the shadow! Oh, it didn't even cast a shadow! Guys, this one cast a shadow! Woo! This one cast a shadow. It's not like the last one. Oh, wow. You can see the same black strand of hair come down the center, too. Oh, that's fucking good. Yeah! Whoo! That's fucking good. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Whoo! That's a good one. And this... Oh, that's a good spook. And this makes me want to talk about a little bit... The fucking hands over the wall. Whoo! This makes me want to talk briefly about... a lot of people talk about real and fake. And I think this is one of those videos that is so good... It just doesn't matter, right? Like, something about me strikes this as probably produced. But it's so good. It hits the marks so well that it still gets the effect. It doesn't matter. And it's a well-done spooky. And it makes me think about the state of horror and horror movies and like how I think it's interesting that even if this is produced, I think it's interesting that there are people out there making a new kind of horror product to consume that we're all essentially participating in the consumption of. Yeah, like this is horror that's not coming through a major studio or anything like that, right? This is presumably a guy and maybe his small group of friends or something. If this is not a real goddamn demon, right? We're gonna table that idea for the moment. But woo, lad, is that stuff effective? I mean, there's so many bits to this that are like that first image gives you the intrigue, then the piñata just kind of warms you up some more, and then they just drive it home with those last two videos. It's well done. Like, I just want to go back to that. Oh god, it's giving me chills again. It's so good. It's so good. Like, all the shit that Hollywood pumps out, and this guy does it with just a couple strands of hair and a little bit of black makeup. Presumably, if, you know, it's fake. And like, I'm not even throwing shade if it is. It is, whoo, mwah. Well done. That's some premium shit right there. That is some premium shit right there. Okay. Oh, we're not even done yet, kids. We're not. Oh, we're in third gear. We've got 2 more gears to go. So let's cruise a little bit in third. Here's some dash cam footage coming at us. I forget the location exactly. You can see the username on the bottom right if you're interested in looking into it more. But this is just some of the classic, right? Some
It
classic
says
girl in the
that after some
road.
research, it was found out that a girl lost her life in that area, who was wearing a prom dress, no shoes, and a black backpack. Who knows? Maybe there's more to that story. Eerie.
Some classic ghost in the road. I love it. It's hard to beat the classics. It really is. Because she's so close to that truck. Like, it's hard to
Eerie.
think that she wasn't clipped if she's got a corporeal body. Yeah, that's... Whew. That... yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there's more to that story.
But I mean, like...
Eerie.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't. I find it hard that he
Eerie.
didn't hit her unless she was a
Who was
ghost.
wearing
But yeah,
Church.
they looking at that full image, he reacted just perfect. He had
It
so little
says that
space
after
to
some
squeeze that
research,
gap.
It was found out
And he
that a girl
slipped
lost her
it.
life
Well
in that
done.
area, who was wearing a prom dress, no shoes, and a black backpack.
But I mean, like, presuming that's a human,
Who knows?
a normal,
Maybe there's more
actual
to that
living
story.
person.
Eerie.
How do they get out there at that time of night? Like, it doesn't look like there's anything out there.
Who knows?
It looks like
Maybe
they're
there's
a
more to that
mile or
story.
two from the nearest strip mall.
Eerie.
Meth.
Who was wearing a prom dress, no shoes,
Yeah,
and a black
that's a
backpack.
possibility.
Who knows? Maybe there's more to that story. Eerie.
Good stuff, though. All right. They also didn't give a fuck about that truck. Well, I mean, what makes you say that? If it's between hitting that guardrail or hitting that woman, hit the guardrail. All right, let's see here. Ah, yes. Moving right along. Oh, she's not reacting. I'm sorry. I apologize. They as in the ghost didn't give a fuck about that truck. Yeah, no, she was wholly unconcerned about that vehicle. I think she only noticed it at the last second, even though you could see the headlights. She could see the headlights coming on her from 50 feet out.
Who knows? Maybe there's more to that story. Eerie.
Yeah. Alright. So we got a couple more before we hit fifth gear. So let's hop over here and have a quick look at this. This is another shadow person video. But this one's in a slightly different category, so I thought I'd get your take on it. This man's doing American Sign Language with someone. And there's whatever the fuck that was. And that's it. It's just on. And this is someone else who is recording a video on another device with their device. Which, as you know, gets bonus points from me. Because that tells me that this person doesn't know enough about video equipment to do modifications. But yeah, this one is interesting because it's so close to the camera and we still can't get any detail out of it at all. And let me make sure I haven't already missed it. No, it's coming up here. It's there's someone behind his head a split second before he turns it off. Okay, so here comes the object. It's like it moves so fast too. Like it's past that space in the span of a few frames. Well, again, it's the thing that gets me about this one is, again, look how well lit that room is, and look how no detail we're getting out of whatever this is that's moving behind him. And it's moving really fast. It looks a lot stranger in motion, honestly. Hold on. It's so fast. It seems to like stand up from behind him. Huh. And then I'm gonna watch for what you're talking about. Oh, I saw it for a second. Hold on. Oh, shit. I wonder if that's supposed to be there. Good catch. I did not see that. Huh. That's just sneaking out from back there. That's weird. Well, that makes it even stranger then, right? Because he wasn't what moved across the screen. So what is, you know, this doesn't have the same spook factor as the fella in the doorway from earlier, but it is interesting. I don't know what's going on here, and I'd like to know. But again, what gets me is just there's no detail on this thing, and it's broad daylight. I don't know. He obviously missed it. Whatever this thing was, he didn't see it on his camera or in person. He missed whatever this was. He just happened to catch it because he was doing sign language to somebody and therefore was using video. So, interesting stuff. Yeah, it doesn't look like arms either. Is this one casting a shadow? It does seem to. Or it at least seems to affect the space around it. And yeah, it's front lit, and there's zero. It's complete black body entity. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Like, what? How? I'd love to know how to reproduce this effect. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Wow. I'd love to know how to... I mean, like, I could do that effect, but it'd take me a shit ton of rotoscoping. It'd take so long as to not be worth doing. If it's a person that they're just removing all the detail from. Anyway. Folks, we're going to get all the way into 5th gear here. Sorry. We got to get into 4th gear before we get into 5th gear. Don't let me jump around in the gears. The transmission doesn't like that. Stagehand clothes. Oh, yeah. That definitely for those wispy, undefined figures for sure. For that really well-defined one in the doorway, oh no, that was something different. Sorry, let's get into 4th gear before we get into 5th gear. Don't let me jump around in the gears now. Oh my, yes. It's 4th gear time, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo! So, imagine you've got yourself a hotel room for the night, and your bathroom door does this. Yes. It's a good fucking
But at first
spook
seemed
right
like
there.
Somebody on the other end of the door pulling on the
Fuck that hotel room. Fucking haunted manor shit. I love the framing of this too. New hotel, please. Yes, please. Like, I love the framing of this. The fucking hesitant hand. Oh my god. And like, he's got tattoos on that hand. This is a hard man right here. Nope, 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 nope. He's backing into shit in the closet on his way out. You hear that? Yeah, he does. That's the first thing he does. Watch. It's the first thing he does. The first thing he does is looks behind that door. Then he looks in the bathtub. I mean, technically, the first thing he does is looks in the toilet because that's what he sees when he opens the door. But you get the idea. Let's go back over it in slow-mo. I mean, this is a horror movie shot if there ever was one, man. I suppose. But they'd have to do it without sound, remember that. I hear 2 bumps on the right. Maybe that was someone leaving. And then he backs into the clothes on his way out because he doesn't want to turn his back on that bathroom. Which I don't blame him. Okay. It's too, alright. We're running out of time. Folks, that was good stuff and I'd love to talk about it more, but no. I have to show you something. I have to show you, and we'll discuss it some more. But I have to show you what to me might be the most compelling footage I've ever seen. I'm going to show you this image because I want you to understand that this is the rig that we're looking at in the that we're going to be seeing in the following video. Okay? This guy's experienced, you know, the usual why were they filming setup. He's seen spooky stuff around his house. He wants to catch it on tape. Okay? I'm just gonna let this run.
Look.
Look at the fucking watch. You can see the fucking knob turn. You can see the knob that's the lock that locks down the tripod turn. Fucking look. I
Terrifying,
have
right?
never seen anything like that. Ever. I have never seen anything like that. That, I can only think of one way to do that, and it's really difficult to do it as smoothly and as clean as it's done here. The only way I can think to do that is you need to do a full body green suit and then completely remove that person in the post. And the real trick to that is not getting anything that they touch to be removed in the process. The chain that's moving while it's moving. Part of the knobs that are moving while they're moving them. Because if they're moving them and the green shows up and they remove the green, that's going to show up. Like, if this is somebody in a green suit and they've removed them, this is Hollywood quality. Yeah, the fingers on the camera when they move the flap, like, there are so many little details that would have to be done to get this as clean. I mean, it is so... There's not a fucking pixel out of place. And I've only examined this rudimentarily so far, but this is incredible to me. This is... It's awful. Yeah. This is the most compelling... I think the most compelling piece of footage I've ever seen. I can't get over... Yes, there's so many... Yes. Like, when you're talking about a setup for spooky... How do you get any better than point the camera at the mirror and there's no one in the shot? You don't. You don't get better than that. And they, like, I don't know how they could have done it. And this clean. Because it's just all the things you're saying. It's just... Like, maybe... No, it's just... I'm just blown away. Hold on, we're gonna... It's... I'll play it at half speed and we'll talk about it more while it plays. We'll skip over... I mean, so there's the mirror, right? The mirror vibrates. And the chain is a great one, too. I don't know why there's a chain up there. Maybe they put it up there on purpose because they knew that they'd get some effect out of it. But, like... You know, chains don't get moved by the wind. It does look like a door with a door mirror on it, I agree. That's what it appears to me as well. Maybe that somehow explains why the chain is hanging up there too, as serves some sort of purpose. But that wasn't the interesting part. You know, that's obviously not the interesting part, the most interesting part of the video. Well, look, it's shooting. Look at how it's tilted. It's turned sideways. It is shooting 16:9, but he's tilted it to get a vertical effect out of it because he's shooting a door mirror. See that? See how now the film is being turned sort of sideways now that... But then it's just the fucking knobs. I can't get over the knobs. If you look here, just underneath. This is where the knobs to tighten the pitch and yaw would be. And you can see, watch this fucking knob. Look at this shit. The fucking knob is turning on its own. It's fucking loosening on its own. Look at it. This is, like, we got a good shot. I showed you a picture purposefully. I showed you the still of the camera setup so that you could see there are no servos on it. There are no motors on it. You can see in the silhouette there's no additional apparatus on it to do these things. I'm blown away by this. Like, this is gonna be hard to top. And I thought, honestly, you know, I think really detailed apparitions, there's something like an uncanny valley that I think it just isn't scary for some reason, where this spooks the hell out of me. And it's really compelling. Like, I've seen videos where it's supposed to be a ghost, but like, it's clearly like a solid person, and you go, oh, that's not a ghost, that's just a person. And people go, man, what kind of evidence would it take if a ghost would show up that clearly and you'd still think, ah, that's just a person? But this fucking gets me. This gets me. Like, whoo. Yeah, this is so baffling. Like, I hesitate to say that anything can't be faked, right? Because Hollywood is every day proving us wrong on that front. But like, to do this, yeah, like to do this as clean as it's done, artificial to fake this. And do it as clean as it has been done. This is not achievable by an amateur. It's just unless they had a lot of spare time on their hands. I mean a lot, to get every little detail right to make the person that did this disappear. Yeah, there are so many. Like, there's a little teddy bear here. The light never changes on that. Like, there's so many details. And this is just... There's not a pixel. There's not a pixel out of place. Look at that knob. There's not a pixel out of place on that knob. I have to stop screaming, but I can't. This is fucking insane to me. Yeah, like, what the fuck? This is like I said, when I found this is when I dropped that message in the Discord to get excited, because this is the most compelling footage I think I've ever seen in regards to ghosts. And we've seen some, like, I try not to bring anything... I try not to bring anything of even medium quality. I try to bring just the bestest spooks. That's why we only do this once a week. And this is some pretty damn good freaking spook, man. This is some good stuff. Fresh. Oh, man. Whew. And I've seen videos where the camera gets tipped over or something like that. This is a whole nother level. Yeah, this is the standard, the high standard, and it is a tough one to beat. The gold standard right here. Man, look at that shit. Like, you would have to... I can't even to fake that shot. And then it opens back up. I can't. How? How would you fake that? Wow. Thank you guys once again for joining me on this journey into spookdom. We're in 5th gear spooked right now, because that is some... Whew. Oh. Well, get hyped for more Vidya games Monday. We're closing in on the end of Metal Gear Solid. And I think it's going to be Adam's pick for the next showcase. Yes. Yes. And I don't know what Adam's going to pick for his showcase, but it's going to be good. Oh, okay. Yes, I saw that other thing that you sent. I've listened to a little bit of it, but I haven't had time to dig in. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. What's that phrase? Oh, yes. Keep your pants clean and your eyes peeled. Oh, yeah, yeah. During the show. Okay, I got you. Music for next time. Will do.